It's my pleasure to introduce our first two speakers. Dr. Calman Prussin is Vice President for Clinical and Translational Medicine at Canop Sciences. I've known him since his days at the NIH, where he is well known for his research into T-cell pathogenesis of eosinophilic gastrointestinal diseases and food allergies. He's one of the greats, as I consider you, of eosinophil research and has contributed significantly to what we know about eosinophil diseases. Dr. Dawn Phillips is here with him. She's a research scientist with Evidera, which is a business unit in the pharmaceutical product development, and they work to demonstrate effectiveness, safety, and value of biopharmaceutical products. She has many years working as a clinical outcomes consultant for the pharmaceutical industry, so basically that means she helps the folks that are developing treatments for a disease understand what outcomes are important to patients and what outcomes are important in the long term. And she has a focus in rare disease clinical research. So thank you both. And let me get your slides up here.
Great. Well, it's wonderful to be here. Welcome. I specifically wanted to thank the patients who've both taken the time to travel here, as well as those who are joining us online. Particularly wanted to thank Mary Jo Strobel from APFED, who's really been the heart and soul of this organizing this meeting. So thank you. As well as Megan Chalasani and Dawn Phillips, my colleague from Evidera. So Meghna is from the FDA, and both of them have provided a lot of guidance along the way as this event has moved forward. So in the last few years, the term hypereosinophilic syndromes, plural, we're seeing more and more, and that really emphasizes the fact that HES is a group of related disorders, not a single disease, that have in common the pathogenesis, the mechanism of disease of having high blood eosinophils, and those eosinophils then attack the tissue end organs. That can be a variety of different end organs. And it's a challenge to understand as a patient because, first of all, it's a rare disease, so nobody has a lot of experience with it. And secondly, it can involve different organs in different patients, and so one patient can be very different from another, and so that's a challenge. And so it's a tough disease for patients. There's often delays in diagnoses, misdiagnoses. You get bad advice on what's going to happen to you in the future because a lot of physicians aren't really in the know. And there's a lack of great treatments except for one shining exception. And similarly for physicians, this is a tough disease because we're used to making patients better, and we don't have all the tools we'd like to have in this disease. So that one exception, that sort of shining light in this disease is the drug imatinib or Gleevec. So this is really an amazing example of what we call precision medicine, the idea that you have a drug like a key, it unlocks that lock that turns off that eosinophilic drive in that patient. And in those less than 10% of patients with HES with this PDGFRA-associated myeloproliferative subtype of HES, this is a wonder drug that's really transformed their disease. For the other 90% of patients, we really are still looking for that magic key, if you will. But we've seen a glimmer of that in the last 2 years. There's been 3 anti-eosinophil drugs approved for asthma. And the expectation is that we're going to see these moving forward in other eosinophil-associated diseases, and that's why we're here today. So for me, as a physician developing drugs in HES, one of the challenges is how do I go from that key that unlocks that eosinophil driving component of HES and translate that into showing clinical benefit for patients. And so this patient-focused drug development meeting is one of the tools that we and other pharma can use, as well as the FDA and HES advocate groups, to sort of identify objectives and goals and what we're trying to do, understand the patient perspective. How does HES affect patients' lives? What benefits are patients seeking? And how well are current treatments working? And so my colleague Don Phillips will discuss more of these types of objectives, but that's really what we're seeking here and what I'm so excited about when I first found out about this patient-focused drug development process a year plus ago. So thank you.